My name is Lucy Jarratt. I was Lucy Hennessy. I was born June the 29th, 1917 in Bathurst, New Brunswick. When I was a little girl, the circus came to town. Now that was in the, like in the 1920s, the 20 to 30. I did not get to see the parade. They always had a big parade, but I did not see the parade because the children weren't allowed to go out to. My mother thought the animals might get scared or something, somebody get hurt. Okay, to start off with, they could not bring the animals in. Now I'm trying to think of where the exhibition grounds were. That was in the city. Eh? You had to get into the thing. There was two bridges, the village bridge and the station bridge. Now they couldn't bring the animals in through like the elephants because they were too heavy, and the bridges were not strong, just wooden bridges. They wouldn't stand. They'd crash through. Okay, so they, as I remember, they rented a great big field on West Bathurst, right? I imagine, now I'm not sure, but I think that the circus traveled by train. They had a lot of blocks, great big, because they had a lot of animals, and the roads weren't that good. I don't imagine they traveled by roads. Anyway, okay, they had a great big field on. Trying to think of the name of the who's going to say that was
O'Neill?
O'Neill's field. They had a big farm there right on the river. Okay, well, we went up, and I don't know how much it cost, but we all us kids were taken up. Uncle Minas took us up with the horse and wagon up there. It was for the little ones, kind of a long piece to walk. Anyway, whatever they were, we went in and we sat on the bleachers. Big, I don't know, it was huge, under the big top, they called it. Wow. Now it started, I think, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It lasted, I think it was for 2 hours, 2 to 4. First in come the parade everybody was sitting down, and a band came in first around, marched all around, with the clowns behind them, and all the personnel like those in, all marching around. You got a good look at them. Then came the elephants and the horses, the elephants, and then the animals, the wild animals like the lions and the tigers and stuff. They set them around in the middle. See, the tent was round, and the seating was all around the edge. Okay. Well, they also had set up high wire. They were tightrope walkers. That was something to see. That was something to see, and they had a big net down below in case they fell. And they had trapeze artists. They'd swing like one on each end of the quite a distance, because they were way up high. That was high, and it was only about halfway down. And they'd swing off there, and one fella drop, the other fella would grab them, and then they went back and forth. That was wonderful to see. They were real artists. And then they had women. Now I'm trying to think. The women. What did the women? The women went up and they came down posts. I'm not too sure what those women were doing. There was women doing some acts up on the, and they did jump. They went to one too. They did, and they had the costumes, beautiful costumes. Well, and there was a whole lot of things going on at the same time. It was what they called a 3-ring circus. There were 3 things going on at the same time. It was hard to keep track of. In the middle would be the wild animals, and on one side would be the girls would come in on horses, bareback, riding bareback. They jump off and jump on, and the horse go round and around. That was beautiful. The girls would come in, the other girls would come in with the elephants, and they were all dressed in the elephant. They were all dressed on the elephants coming in. And the elephants did, they went up on their hind legs, and they did all these tricks. And in the meantime, there were the clowns going around, going all around. I don't know, there was lots of them. And they'd come and they'd throw stuff at the kids, candy and stuff, the kids at the low around the edge there. And then there was, it's hard to believe how much went on. They even had performing dogs jumping through, they had was like a big loop, like a wire or a cloth, whatever, and they set fire to it, and the dogs would jump through, performing dogs. Oh, that was something to watch. And you were looking at three places at the same time, I'm telling you. And the clowns were funny. They were and there was so many of them. And they'd come along and they're doing little tricks to make people laugh. I'm trying to think what else they did. But watching the animals perform, the lions and the tigers, they had a great big cage. They were in big cages, and the man would go in cage with them, and he had a rope, a whip, to make whether it was partly trained, special, get the lion to jump up and get up on the thing, and then the lion would pretend he wouldn't go, and everybody was going, the lion is going to jump on him, Oh my, that was something. Everybody was just waiting for something to happen. There was there must have been panthers or something too. There was the lions, and the tigers were beautiful. They're beautiful animals. And I told you about the elephants, and the elephants did a lot of tricks too. Like the elephants playing ball or something, and then there was an elephant, elephants like sitting on a great big ball, Oh, I'm telling you, and there was always somebody with them, the people directing them how to do. Now let me see, and all in between, all along was going around, what you call hawkers or something, going around selling candy and stuff to the kids. Well, this was going on all the time. They were going around selling hot dogs and popcorn and you name it. They had all that stuff. Everybody was so happy. It must have been about 10 rows of people. Now let me see, what else there was?
What was the name of this circus?
I think it was Barnum Bailey. Yeah, that was way back then, because they were the main ones. They probably had 2 or 3 different teams going out all across the country.
So that would be quite a show in Bathurst, New Brunswick in the 1920s, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness, was it ever. Everybody went, and they had 2 shows. They'd have in the afternoon, then again at night. They had 2 shows there. I think, I'm not sure, but it seems they stayed for 3 days, or was it 2 days? And the young fellows would go, probably 16 or something, with nothing to do anyway. They'd go get jobs like shoveling the shit, like you say, cleaning up and hauling like the hay and the stuff to the animals and stuff. They get in a free entrance, to get into the thing. And then, of course, they had the sideshows too. Outside there was going to see the beardless, the bearded woman and the 3-headed man and all, and they go into and the barkers were, they call the fellow standing outside this a tent. There was a huge area, you see. A tent saying, "Come all ladies and gentlemen, come in to see the 2-headed boy," and all this, and people there, they're going, "Oh yes, that," and it was, and all the time there was a loud music all the time. All the time was music, and you could buy that cotton candy. There was places they try to hit to get the prizes. There was us kids, and we I think seems to me we got up there early, so we got around to see some of that. But then they had to round us up and bring us home, eh? Oh my, and it was always nice weather. It seems to me it was, I don't know how many times the circus came to town. I don't think they came every year. But they advertised, but it must have been nice to see them go and parading through the day. Well, they got them, when they finally got them into town to parade, they got them off the station. Must have been the train. Took them around somewhere and brought them in through South Bathurst, right on the land the whole way, and paraded. And it must have been weeks before the circus came to town. Everywhere the big the signs were up. Every telephone pole and stuff. Oh my, it was that ever excitement. That was the big thing.